Welcome back to our virtual classroom. We are now on our fourth week. Bilis po ng panahon, ano? I am your teacher once again. I'm Mr. Dennis Alfred M. Pascual. So, I'm hoping po na hindi kayo natatambakan ng inyong mga modules. Sana po nagagawa pa po ninyo siya on time, lalo po na meron naman tayong mga long holidays sa padating. And of course, kung kagaya po ng mga panahon na meron pong bagyo at suspension po ng classes, at least meron pong mga extra araw para po makahapol, no? Pero syempre, huwag pa rin kalimutan po na kailangan pa rin ng pahinga dahil kung hindi po kayo, kung hindi nyo po inaalagaan ang sarili nyo, syempre, mas mahirap din naman po yun, mas mahirap din magkasakit, lalo po sa panahon na to ng pandemya. So without further ado po, let's begin with our supplementary video. So sa week 4 po actually meron po tayong dalawang pre-test. So kung makikita po ninyo actually sa inyong mga Google Classrooms, makikita nyo po ang dalawang link para po sa pre-test. Actually uploaded na rin po doon yung inyong assignment and yung modules, pero hintayin nyo po muna sana na mapanood yung inyong live lectures bago po ninyo yung sagutan dahil explain din naman po yung lahat dito. So, before po tayo magtuloy, gusto ko po muna kayong panoorin ng isang video which is about your mixtures versus compounds. Actually, meron po ito sa YouTube, pero maaari nyo na rin po siyang panoorin dito.
Hello and welcome back to Guillotine to 18th Century Chemist Theater. Today what we're going to do is go into a little bit more detail on the difference between mixtures and compounds. I find that this is one of the topics that students mess up the most, and I think with a little bit of extra reinforcement then you shouldn't have any problem distinguishing between these two very important categories of matter. So, compounds versus mixtures. Chem fight. In the left corner representing compounds, we have sugar. And in the right corner representing mixtures, we have cookies. And so, remember, the compounds are always going to be a single pure substance. They're composed of only one type of molecule, no matter how big or complex that molecule is. And that's one of the big mistakes I see with students, is they'll look at sugar, see that it contains 3 elements, and say, oh, that's a mixture. It's not a mixture because they're not physically combined, they're chemically combined into one substance with, remember, specific chemical and physical properties. All right, mixtures are never composed of a single substance. So if you have a chocolate chip cookie, that's obviously going to be more than one substance. Remember, think of the ingredient label analogy. If there's more than one ingredient on the label, then it's not a compound. It's a bunch of compounds or a bunch of compounds and elements. Remember that the properties of mixtures always reflect the property of the constituents or those things that make it up. And a great example of this is chocolate milk. All right, you take chocolate, it's got the properties of chocolate, texture, taste, color. You mix that with milk, with its properties, and you end up with something that's a blend of the two. Salt water is another great example of this. You have something that's salty, you mix it with something that's wet, and you get something that's salty and wet. The Reese's Peanut Butter Cup is a classic example of this. When you take that peanut butter and cover it with chocolate, you've got two great tastes that taste great together that reflect the properties of the constituents. Compounds rarely, if ever, reflect the properties of the things that make it up. Once they undergo that chemical change, they can have vastly different chemical and physical properties. And so salt is another great example of that. Sodium is an explosive soft metal that will react rapidly and vigorously with water. And chlorine is a poisonous toxic gas that will kill you if you inhale it, used to kill people in World War I. But you combine that together and you get table salt, which you will add liberally to much food. And then finally, compounds do have a definite mass ratio. Based on their chemical formulas, you are always going to see them in the exact same mass ratio. So sodium and chlorine in salt are going to have a specific ratio. Iron and sulfur and pyrite, for instance, are going to have a specific ratio. But mixtures, again, due to the fact that it's a mixture of different things and can have different proportions, will have variable mass ratios. My chocolate milk is going to certainly have a different ratio of chocolate to milk than yours. And even the chocolate and milk, by the way, are going to be different ratios. That's why we have different types of milk. And so I hope that helps. Those are 3 big ideas that students mess up a lot with mixtures and compounds.
Okay, so doon po natatapos yung video. Pwede nyo naman po ulitin to, so don't worry. So makikita nyo po dito isang familiar na slide. Nakita nyo na po ito before. So sabi nga po, di ba, matter. Ano po ang matter? It is anything that has mass and occupies space. Remember na kaklasify po sila sa dalawa. Before, nag-focus po tayo sa pure substances. Pero ngayon po, magpo-focus po tayo actually sa mixtures. Again, ang mixture po ay merong variable composition and properties. And ang pure substances po, of course, ay merong fixed composition and properties. Ang mixture po ay nakaklasify po ulit sa dalawang klase. Ito po yung homogeneous mixture at yung heterogeneous mixture. Ang homogeneous mixture po ay uniform, while your heterogeneous mixture ay non-uniform. Dito naman po sa pure substances, meron po tayong elements and compounds. Now, of course, yung element po again is a substance made up of one kind of atom that cannot be broken down into simpler substances. And dito po siguro, ewan ko kung nagsasawa na po yung iba na paulit-ulit, yung compound po is a substance formed when two or more elements are chemically combined in definite proportions. Now, yung keyword po na chemically combined pagdating sa compounds, ang kailangan ninyo tandaan. Why? Kasi yan po yung isa sa mga main differences po ng compounds sa mixtures. Dahil ang mixtures po ay physically combined. Makikita niyo po yung sa mga later slides natin. So, ito po ang ating lecture, or ang title rather ng ating lecture for this week. How to distinguish mixtures from substances based on a set of properties. Ito po yung quarter 1 week 4 ng ating grade 7 science, which is of course, galing na rin po, based na rin sa pinablish na module ng ating SDOQC. Bibigay ko po yung copy niyan right afterwards po. So, ang mixture po is a material formed when two or more kinds of substance are mixed together in a way that no chemical reaction, no chemical reaction po ha, will take place. So, kikita nyo naman po yan, di ba? May halo-halo mga bagay doon sa picture na yan. So, in mixtures, each component retains its own characteristics and properties as material components are only mixed po dapat yan, through physical means. So, makikita nyo po dito sa salad, di ba? Ang sibuyas ay sibuyas pa rin. Ang lettuce ay lettuce pa rin. Ang kamatis ay kamatis pa rin. Di ba? Pinagsama-sama mo lang naman sila. Physical means po. Tandaan nyo po, pag chemical means, ito po ay mas related sa compounds. So, the properties of individual ingredients are different from each other, but they all retain each property like taste, shape, size, and other characteristics as they are only combined physically. O paulit-ulit na po, di ba? Physical po ang pag-combine ng mixtures. The physical method of combining ingredient substances or materials is referred to as mixtures. Ayan. So, mixtures can either be homogeneous or heterogeneous depending on the size of material being mixed, kagaya na po na pinakita natin kanina. Now, the variation in size of components, so importante po yung laki or dami ng mga components which will determine how many phases will appear in a mixture. Yeah. So, sa makikita nyo po dito, for example po dito sa illustration po ng homogeneous mixture, makikita nyo regular po yung pattern, no? Tsaka yung distribution ng mga molecules or yung mga components niya. Uniform distribution po yung particles. Yan, nakalagay po sa for example, yung air po na nasa loob ng balloon, yung molecules po dito sa isang steel beam, kahit saan pa po pumunta dyan, pare-pareho po ang itsura ng distribution particles. Yung wine na nasa loob po ng glass, and of course, yung inyong rain. Actually, to be specific po, of course, yung nando sa rain cloud. Now, sa heterogeneous mixture, kung makikita nyo po dito, yung pattern po niya ay actually irregular. Pwedeng may dalawang pula dito, yung dalawang pula magkaiwalay, and so on and so forth po. So, merong non-uniform distribution of particles po dito. For example, yung oil and vinegar, cereal po na nasa loob ng milk, or nakahalo sa milk rather, yung soil, and yung ice water. Now, tanong, paano kung water lang po sinabi? Ano po siya? Kung water lang. Of course, yung water or yung inyong H2O ay compound. Paano kung ice lang? So basically, ice is still your water. Ibang phase lang. Yung actual water, liquid water po siya. Yung ice is yung solid water. It's still water, frozen lang. So siya pa rin po ay compound. Pero since ice water, makikita mo may dalawang phase na doon. So naging mixture na po siya. Kahit pareho sila kung tutusin water in two different phases lang. Okay. Tandaan niyo po yung phases of matter kanina ko kasi sabi. Di ba meron po tayo solid, liquid, and gas. Okay, mixtures may contain two or more varying components. This variation in composition may tell whether a mixture is homogeneous with uniform properties and appears as single phase, or heterogeneous with non-uniform characteristics and appears with two or more phases. So basically, kung makikita mo na parang malinis yung pagkakahalo-halo nung what you call this, nung mixture at wala ka nakikita lumulutang-lutang na iba or may irregular ka nakikita iba-ibang kulay, masasabi mo uniform siya. Whereas kung heterogeneous, usually hindi po sila completely na magkakahalo. So makikita nyo dito, examples po natin mga homogeneous mixtures ay yung tea, fruit juice, medicine, yung honey, milk, and of course yung ating blood. Granted po, nakahalo pa po yung mga solid particles na more or less pare-pareho lang po yan. Sa heterogeneous mixture po, makita nyo, sabi nga yung components are not uniformly distributed throughout its volume. So example po yung ice sa water, yung noodles po na may sabaw, assorted candies, syempre hindi lang M&M, maghalo ka na iba pang klaseng candies, assorted dry fruits, soil, and oil in water. Yan. Again, pwede nyo po balik-balikan yung video na to kung medyo po nalilito. Lalo na pagka doon po tayo sa instructions pagdating sa ating mga activities and assignments. So, sa compounds po, compound is a pure substance formed when two or more elements are combined chemically. O, di ba? Combined chemically. Yun po ang keyword sa compounds. Compound has a distinct characteristic that are unique from its individual components. Okay. Ano pa po masasabi natin tungkol sa ating compound? Ito, for example, po itong mga nasa taas, of course, ay ating mga elements. Pero, pagka nagsama-sama na po sila po ay nagiging compound na yung mga combination po ng different elements. For example, carbon, oxygen, makita nyo, carbon and dalawang oxygen atoms, nagpo-form po sila ng carbon dioxide. In nitrogen and dalawang oxygen, nagpo-form po sila ng nitrogen dioxide. Of course, yung pinakakilala ng lahat, ating universal solvent, ang water, which is your H2O. And of course, yung nitrogen oxide, yung isa lang ang oxygen na kumabit sa nitrogen. So, yan po ang inyong compounds. Example lang po yun. Its components are definite with specific number of atoms and masses. So, makikita nyo po, kagaya nga dito, di ba? Maski po may isa kang kunwaring galon ng tubig, pare-pareho lang po ang, ang mass ng bawat molecule ng water. No. Yan, example nga po, the potable water you drink is a non-flammable liquid compound formed by two flammable gaseous elements, oxygen and hydrogen. So, sa example po na sinasabi, yung gas, what you call this, yung pagiging flammable po ng oxygen and hydrogen, actually ay nawawala po pag nag-combine sila to form water. Actually, di ba nakakapatay pa nga po ng apoy ang water. Pero malalaman nyo po yung iba pang scientific reason po pagdating sa water versus fire. May iba pa pong factors, pero sa characteristics lang po pinag-usapan natin sa ngayon. Again, ito po yung differences po ng ating compound and mixtures. Yan, basahin nyo lang po pag may free time po kayo sa pag inulit po ninyo yung ating video. So, let us check your understanding po, no? So, sa directions po, write fact if it, what it tells you is fact, and change the underlined word if it is a blank. Okay. So, you will be able to identify the individual components in a mixture. So, sabi ma-identify mo daw po pa, it is a fact. Kung mixture po ang pag-uusapan. Kasi, physical lang po ang kanilang pagkakasama-sama. A compound is heterogeneous in nature. Ano po ang sagot dyan? Kung maalala ninyo yung ating illustration kanina. Pag homogeneous po, no? Kasi nga po ang compound, kahit saan ka pumunta, pare-pareho lang po yung, di ba, yung example nga yung potable water nga po natin, di ba? Ng individual composition po ng mixture ay fixed. Fixed nga po ba? No, it's not fixed. So actually, yung tig-isang idea po sa number 2, number 3 ay parang pinagbaliktad. Parang ganun po ang idea nun. So sa number 4, the characteristic of a compound is distinct from its elemental components. That's a fact. Diba? Example nga po natin yung water kanina, yung flammable gases, oxygen at hydrogen. Pag naging water ay actually nakakapatay pa po siya ng apoy. Number 5, a mixture may appear to have one or more phases. That's a fact. Fact po yan. Okay, mag-proceed po tayo sa ating activity. So, kung makikita nyo po actually yung ating form, pinapasagutan ko na lang po itong 6 na to. So, meron po tayong drop-down menu doon. Actually, pinapasagutan ko na lang siya kung either mixture po siya or compound. Pero, screenshot nyo po itong questions 1 to 3, kasi sabi ko po, add your questions, your answers rather, to these questions in your notebook. So, di ba, again, magsasagot ka po nito, ililipat mo rin yung sagot yan sa notebook mo. So, sundan mo lang po nito. Sagutan nyo po yan at ilagay po yan sa notebook. So, dito po naman sa lesson 2, activity 1, no, meron din po tayong form para dito. Now, karugtong lang po siya actually nung kanina activity, may drop down yung kanina. Pero ito, basically, picture ako lang po sa inyo. Tapos, yung sagot po ninyo ay ilagay po ninyo doon sa, what do you call this, doon sa ating form. Okay, basahin po natin. So, sabi po dito, activity 1, where do I belong? So, ito po ang babasahin nyo. So, ilista nyo lang po dito. Tingnan nyo po ito. Cornstarch, baking soda, bubble tea, salt, mayonnaise, orange juice, ice cube, jar of pickles. So, sa tingin nyo po ba, saan nyo po siya dapat ilagay? For example, ang salt po ba nasa mixture or sa substances lang? Kung ice cube lang, sinabi ko po yan, yung ice cube kanina, kung ice cube lang, kung water lang, diba? O, mixture po ba yan or substances lang? Siya, pure substances lang. Yan, mas maganda siguro isipin mo pure substances yan. So, susulat mo lang po yon dito. Tapos, yung question 1 po, how did you classify the materials? Ngayon, dito po sa susunod, so, sabi nga po, classify the following items as indicated in the chart given below. So, babasahin niyo po itong materials and its components. For example, yung table sugar po, no? Tapos, binigay pa po yung chemical formula. Ilalagay niyo po ito, table sugar. Ano po ba siya? Pure substance or mixture. Susulat niyo po dito, pure substance or mixture. Now, kung makikita niyo po dito, ang sasagot niyo lang dito ay either homogeneous or heterogeneous. Yan. So, yan, baking soda, so on and so forth, sasagutan niyo po yan. If you have any questions, pwede nyo naman po akong, of course, tanungin. Okay, ngayon, meron pa rin po mga questions 1, 2, 3 po dito. Kasama po yan sa inyong sasagutan. Now, ang main instruction ko po sana dito, lalo na po dito, no, sa lesson 2 and sa activities 1 and 2, sagutan nyo lang po din sila sa notebook. No, sagutin nyo sa notebook, picturean nyo po sila, and ilagay nyo po sila doon sa, saan nyo po ilalagay? Ilagay nyo lang po sila sa doc file, and then mag-upload ka lang po ng single na doc file. May nakalagay naman din po na instruction doon sa video, doon sa form rather. So, hindi naman po kayo sigurado malilito doon. So, check your understanding po sa lesson 2, sabi on the chart given below. Actually, nasa module din po ito. Put a check mark in the box if the set of terms are correctly grouped. If not, write the term that does not belong to them and identify if it is a mixture or a pure substance. So, ito po yung mga materials na hinihingi. So, for example nga po, no, salt, sugar, oil, MSG. Na? Sabi, maglalagay ka po daw ng check mark dito or write the odd term kung ano po yung naiba. So, for example po, salt, sugar, oil, MSG. Ano po yung naiba? Oil. Bakit daw po naiba yung oil? Kasi mixture daw siya. Ganon. So, sa number 1, sand, muddy water, muddy water, seawater, and fresh water. So, ano po ang naiba dyan? And sabihin nyo kung mixture or pure substance. Pause nyo po muna for about, 5 seconds. Pause nyo po 5 seconds. So, try mo din manghula. I-challenge mo yung sarili mo. Tapos, after 5 seconds, play nyo na. So, ano po ang sagot? Yan. Yan po ang sagot. Kasi, ano po ba sabi sa instruction? Put a check mark in the box if the set of terms are correctly grouped. Kung wala pong naiiba. Yan. Okay? So, yan po yan. So, sa compounds, elements, pure substance, heterogeneous. Ano pong naiba dyan? O, diba? Sabi yan, ano bang pure substances? Yan, sipin nyo pong maigit. So, ang sagot po dyan ay heterogeneous kasi siya po ay mixture. Yan. O, next po. Milk tea, sagot gulaman, coffee, distilled water. Ano po naiba? O, pause nyo po ulit ng 5 seconds bago nyo po hulaan sagot. So, ang sagot po dyan ay distilled water kasi compound. Actually, kung isipin mo, maski water lang ilagay dyan, compound po yan. Kaya lang ang distilled water kasi to be specific daw. Mas pure daw ang form niya kasi nga, di ba, demand siya sa evaporation muna, then i-condense mo ulit siya bago siya. Kasi wala na yung mga particulates na nakalutang sa water. So, mas pure daw na form ang distilled water. Kaya mas mahal siya pagka binili mo yung distilled water sa bote. Yun po ang sabi. Diba? Yun ang distillation process kasi. Next, starch, baking soda, mayonnaise, and salt. Oh, salt na naman. Alam niyo na po dapat yan. Diba? O mayonnaise, ano po ba yan? Baking soda, ano po ba yan? Diba? Starch, ano po ba yan? So, ang sagot po dyan ay, ang mayonnaise po ay mixture. If you have any questions po, kumbaga kung meron kayong nakikitang mali, welcome naman po tayo na makinig po dun sa mga reactions po. Okay, number 5, ethyl alcohol, gel sanitizer, toothpaste, dishwashing liquid. Ano po ang sagot dyan? Ethyl alcohol po kasi siya po ay compound. Okay, discuss po muna natin yung assignment, no? So, ito, nag-decide po ako gawin sa assignment kasi baka, para mas sure po na magawa ninyo siya, lalo na't makakuha po kayo ng mga materials na kakailanganin para po sa assignment. So, sabi classify compounds and mixtures found at home. So, visit your kitchen cabinet or shelf, first aid kit, refrigerator, etc. List down things that you have seen at home and classify these products into mixtures and compounds. List down materials and substances found at home. So, basically, maglista ka lang po ng 10 dito, no? Tapos, i-check mo lang po kung mixture ba siya or compound. Okay, so hindi ka mag-check sa dalawang cells nito. So, kung yung material na sinulat mo dito ay mixture, checkan mo lang yung mixture. Kung yung material na sinulat mo dito ay compound, checkan mo lang po ay compound. Okay, ganun po yun. By the way, sa assignment po, lahat po sila ay ilalagay nyo lang po sa isang doc file. So, kung gusto po ninyo, sagutan nyo lang po sila sa notebook. Picture po yung mga sagot nyo sa notebooks. And yung mga pictures po na yun, ilagay lang po sa isang doc or word file para po hindi na masyado marami ang ina-upload ninyo na files. So, lesson 1, activity 1.2, mix it well. No? So, ito po ang gagawin niyo. Note. Seek assistance from your parent or guardian in preparing the sample of materials for this activity para naman po hindi masyado makalat sa bahay, no? So, materials mo, 2 tablespoons of table salt, 2 cups of water, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of mango seeds, 2 tablespoons of cooking oil, and 4 pieces of transparent glasses. Ngayon, hindi nyo po sila paghahalo-haluin, pero syempre, preferably po nasa magkakaiwalay sila ng container. Procedure. Prepare the materials listed above and observe their physical characteristics or properties. Fill out the table that follows with your observation based on the physical properties of each given material. So basically, ganito lang po ang gagawin ninyo. See? So, table salt. For example, number 1 lang po tayo, table salt. Anong color niya? Kailangan po ba sabihin, di ba? Yung phase of matter mo, ano ba siya? Solid, liquid, or gas? Ilagay mo siya. Tapos dito, ilagay niyo po siya kung uniform or non-uniform. Sa una, dito po ha, dito, uniform or non-uniform. Yun lang po ilalagay dito. Ha? And then dito, ilalagay mo kung number of observable phases. Kung, di ba ang phases mo, again, solid, liquid, gas. O, ilan ang naobserbahan mo dito? Isa lang ba? Dalawa? Tatlo? Bahala po kayo doon. Tapos, how did you determine the physical properties of a given material? Yan, sagutan nyo rin po yan dyan. Again, isulat lang po yung mga sagot ninyo sa notebook, picturean, at pag natapos nyo po yung lahat ng mga sagutan sa assignment, i-upload nyo po siya as a single, single lang na doc file. Okay? So, sa number 3 po ng ating assignment, so ito po, nakasulat, based on your observations with the set properties in table 1, and the composition of the materials indicated in the table below, identify whether each material is a compound, substance, or a mixture. So, compound lang po ba siya or mixture? So, ito, table salt, siguro magsasawa na po kayo dyan, no? Alam naman na ninyo yan. O, compound po ba or mixture, compound or mixture, and so on and so forth po. Yun lang ang isusulat niyo po dito. Again, yung lahat po ng isusulat niyo sa assignment po, ha? Sulat po sa notebook, paulit-ulit daw, sulat po sa notebook, picturean sila, tapos ilagay lang sa isang doc file. Lahat po ito. So, isa lang ang i-upload mo na doc file sa isang buong assignment. Okay, sa buong form ng assignment, isang doc file lang na naglalaman na ng lahat ng sagot nito. Okay po. So, ito po. Mix the sample materials indicated in the table below. So, gagamitin nyo na po iba't ibang ingredients mo, no? Fill out the entries based on your observations by answering each question with yes or no. So, dito, yes or no lang po ilalagay mo, ha? So, for example, number 1 lang po example natin, na kayo na po bahala sa iba. So, 1 tablespoon of table salt and 1 cup of water. O, yan. So, nung pinagsama mo na yung dalawa, ang tanong, are the materials completely mixed? Yes or no? Na. Are you able to see the separate components? Nakikita mo pa rin ba yung asin tsaka yung tubig? O yes or no po ba? Are the particles, do the particles settle on the bottom? O, mayroon bang naipon sa ilalim? Yes or no? Can you identify the components of the mixture? Kumbaga nakikita mo ba sila? Kumbaga ito nakikita mo ba? Tapos na-identify mo ba sila? Diba? So yun po yun. Okay. So, So, ito po yung huling sasagutan sa inyong assignment. Again, ito pong assignment po nito. Lahat ng pinakita ko sa inyo na may table, sasagutan po sila lahat sa notebook. Tapos lahat po ng sagot sa notebook ay pipicturean, ilalagay sa isa lang na doc file. At yung doc file po na yon ang inyong i-upload sa form. Okay. So, tingnan nyo na po, complete the table. Ano po ang appearance ng salt water? How many phases po yung present? Classify mo po siya kung homogeneous or heterogeneous. Ito. So, type of combined materials, ano po ba siya? Compound po ba siya or mixture? Actually, may clue na po yan dyan. Dapat, yan, may clue na dyan. Hindi ko lang po muna sasabihin. Kasi ito, tingnan nyo na lang yung table na yan, diba? Ito. Based on the results in the given procedures, what is formed if you mix 2 or more substances physically? Diba sinabi na po natin yun kanina. Okay, so meron po tayong post-tests. Actually, kagaya po ng pre-test, meron po tayong post-test number 1. And meron po tayong post-test number 2. So, hintayin nyo lang po yung mga links niya dahil ibibigay po yan after ng live lecture. So, dito po nagtatapos ang ating supplementary video sa week 4. So, I'm hoping po na matapos po ninyo sila lahat. Kapag meron po kayo tanong, I'm just a PM away. And of course, sasagutin ko po yun as soon as available po ako. So, hanggang dito po muna. I hope to see you again po sa week 5. Okay? Have a great day, my dear students.